Well, it's another Saturday, so it's time for another playbook review. And now we are really starting to dig deep under the surface here. But you know what else you can find deep under the surface? Diamonds. And that's what we got for you here today. A diamond in the rough in the form of the Delaware Blue Hens in their offensive playbook. Obviously, we used Delaware for our campus tour series quite some time ago. I made a note, come back, check out this playbook. I did so. I forgot how much good stuff is in here, stuff that I really like in an offense. We got some really good doubles, you got a lot of good trips, you got some good spread stuff, you got just pretty much whatever you want to do, you can do with Delaware, which is something I love about a playbook. Where you have the really good run options with some really good pass plays, some unique formations, some unique plays, just all around. Love this playbook. Wouldn't recommend using the Delaware team too much in Road to the College Football Playoff. This might be more for dynasties and things like that, but ton of stuff in here I really like. So we're just going to hop into practice mode here with Delaware. We'll just keep it against UAB. That's fine. We'll go on All-American, just kind of the standard difficulty. Do we want to go blackout uniforms? Sure, why the heck not? And let's fire up and take a look at the Delaware Blue Hens. And we'll start right at the beginning of their shotgun sets here with a split Y off. Now, a lot of really interesting plays just right off the bat here. So our halfback one, who's typically on the left of the quarterback, is actually starting out kind of like a slot receiver on these three plays. That's what the reload means, where he's going to motion back into the backfield, and you have your option of a power read, a play action halfback seam, or a direct snap sweep, which this play looks incredible. I'm actually going to run this a little bit just because it looks so interesting. So that's our halfback one. Silver is in the left slot here. He's going to like speed burst back in the backfield. He gets back there pretty dang quick. And this is actually be a direct snap. I'm not going to touch anything just so we can see how you're kind of supposed to run it. Okay, CPU. I didn't touch a thing. Look at that big boy number 8 on UAB. Good effort there, buddy. Very sneaky, very interesting little play call here. Having it be a reload, a direct snap, and one we can bounce to the outside like this. And look at how the block, again, I didn't touch a thing. That was all just the CPU. Silver in the blocking just sets up phenomenally on this play. So then we can mix that in with that play action pass play with a halfback seam coming out of the backfield. Looks really good. A little corner routes on each side, or even turn it into a little power read, assuming your quarterback's got the wheels for it. But just having those three, I already love this split Y off formation. Then we get to this page. Ignore the slip screen. I'm not a slip screen guy. Maybe you are. I am not. But we have backs cross. Absolutely killer play against man coverage or even a ton of zones, unless they're shaded underneath and have hard flats, 5-yard hooks, things like that. One of your backs is gonna get open. I would probably put a post or something on A instead of that in route, just to get you a little bit more spacing. I'm not going to call all the plays, but I'm going to call some of them. But we can see here how close A and RB and the comeback, they're all kind of ending up on that same side. So if we go something like a post instead on our tight end, get over the top of the comeback, now we have a short flat, an intermediate, and then something deep too, which I like the looks of this a lot better, but I just like that. That's just a great play. Backs cross, very good. One we want to have out of any split back formation that we are going to be trying out, because it is, in my opinion, the best split back pass play in College Football 26. Then we also have a sneaky little play there with wheel trail. I'm not going to say sneaky too much. I realize I say that all the time, but we have that drag on B, a little like, I don't even know what you call that route A is on. It's kind of like an out, but then he turns it into a curl, and a trail route. I almost said it, coming out of the backfield there on RB with a wheel route on the opposite side. Two unbelievable pass options to have with backs cross and wheel trail to mix in with some of the other runs we've got in here too. Outside zone, which is going to go to your halfback one. That is probably something you want to keep in mind when you're looking at these runs. Are they actually going to your halfback one or who is it your halfback two? I think it's your fullback. Yeah, so it is your fullback back there. So you definitely want to pay attention on who's actually going to be getting those runs between the two. This formation does seem to all be going to your halfback one, which is good. That makes things easy. Some more good pass plays here with H choice, that little return route on B with a corner route on your tight end. Very nice. Then you got just a regular power read and a lead split zone, just some more traditional run plays in here. So these are the kind of formations I love, where it's a mix of just things you would kind of expect, like an inside zone split, an outside zone run, backs cross, but then just some wild plays like the reload direct snap sweep. I've never seen a play quite like that looking through these playbooks, and I love the looks of it. So elsewhere in this shotgun of Delaware, we have 3 different versions of doubles. I do love me some gun doubles, a big reason why I liked the Arkansas playbook. And by the way, I do use all these playbooks for our online dynasty. If you're interested in checking that out, the link for that is down in the description. It's Old Man Trying Things. Pretty much, I think every playbook that we featured, or at least close to it, we have used at some point. Usually I use a playbook for 3 or 4 games. I'm just addicted to changing playbooks. Keeps the game a little more fresh and interesting to me. So right now we're in South Carolina. We just played our last game in South Carolina. Then to finish, we're in year 3 right now. We got 4 games left. I think we're gonna be in Rutgers for the last 4, and then it might be Delaware. Like, I really like the looks of this Delaware offense. So throughout their 3 different gun doubles, I'm also watching Ole Miss is playing Miami right now. Carson Beck nearly just picked up a 3rd and 13 with his legs. 4th and 1, Miami just missed field. I mean, you guys know what happened in that game. I don't need to narrate what's going on there. So in their regular gun doubles, these 3 pass plays, all unbelievable. And what I really like about a lot of this playbook in this formation specifically, and these 3 plays to be even more specific, we don't have to hot route a thing on these specific plays. We can just let all these go standard. You're going to get open against man, shark halfback wheel with those drags coming either from your slot or from your outside receiver, wheel routes, corner routes, all very good against man. Zones are going to struggle with those same drags. Match is really going to struggle that outside corner, or I don't know, stop and go corner, whatever you want to call it. X's on drag under can be 1 play touchdowns against a lot of match or man coverages. So all 3 of these plays in gun doubles, all very good. We've got a few more good. I mean, I know people love red zone scissors. Yes. I don't, but a lot of people do. You got angle smash in here. You got a little, I mean, I don't know about this RPO read FL screen, because we're really just kind of banking on the outside corner staying back and just trying to pick up a few easy yards. So there he backs up so we can actually, so I guess that's the exact situation that play is perfect for, is if that corner, so he is back all the way. So I'm guessing he's dropping back again. So then you can just throw that quick screen and hope your tight end gets out there. Hopefully you got a faster tight end than Delaware does, but I actually am starting to really see, but then he flies out there. But then we still have everybody blocking. We have nobody really going out that's going to affect the run blocking, going out and trying to pick up anything for B. Yeah, see, I just don't like that tight end being the one to block, but I mean, it's working pretty dang a lot better than I ever would have guessed just from the looks of it. So that's a good little, I've come so close to saying the S word again there, but I didn't. Elsewhere, we got some more good stuff in here with the Z spot, Z out, another little slip screen in there, double slants. PA dagger is a play I've been calling more and absolutely love. I don't like the play action part of it. You could put your halfback out, send him to the right flat, put him on a Texas, put him on something, even just have him block. I'm not a big play action guy, but the drags from the tight end are just so good. Then you're hoping the user's following the drag, zones are coming down to try to crash down on that drag. Then you got the deep dig coming from X and a seam streak going for Y there. Let's see if there's anything else here in this gun doubles. I don't believe so, but a lot of really good pass plays in the Delaware, just regular gun doubles. And doubles offset, we've got a few more RPOs. Now these ones are kind of different because they're actually, the wide receivers are lined up stack on the left. Whereas if we just look at the formation here, obviously they're not. So again, just something a little funky, something a little different. Kind of like what we see with the split Y off, where the halfback's actually lined up in a different spot than you would think. That's kind of what we get with these 3 plays out of doubles offset. We also have X dagger, very similar to the PA dagger we saw in just regular doubles. You got kind of that deep in working with the drag. Only 9 plays in this formation. Then we go to some doubles Y off. This one I'm not quite as sure about. Like, that slot angle play just looks very bizarre. You could throw like a drag on your tight end so you get a little high-low between A and X, and then Y kind of on a deep trail route coming from the left slot. Very bizarre looking play. Could have potential in the right situation. What that situation might be, your guess is as good as mine. So they're doubles Y off. I'm not the biggest fan of, but between doubles and doubles offset, we've got more than enough to really start building an offense, mixing in some split Y off. Then we get to normal Y off weak. This is another great formation that they have, and one that's also in South Carolina, and I have been enjoying quite a bit. Anything like this inside cross, we're getting that mesh from the slot and the tight end. Those are two positions defenses really have a hard time guarding drags from. So if you get a mesh between both of them, one of them is almost always going to be open on that. Wide receiver under is an interesting one. Again, we get kind of that tight end going on a bit of a seam streak, trying to clear out some space for that deep in on B, and then you have X working his way underneath over there from the left. X dagger, same kind of dagger play we saw in the other formations, but this shallow cross play has become one of my absolute favorites. I think this play is great. I do a hot route on this. Either, I think I like the post on the tight end. You could do a crosser, but I just think post works better against most things. So again, we're going to have that drag from the slot on the left, trying to bring everybody over to the right. We're sneaking a little Texas route out behind him. I said it. But anyway, we're just going to have to move past it. And then we have the post on A as a potential deep shot here too, with a couple streaks sitting underneath. So they bring a big man blitz. They're not going to be able to guard the drag coming from your slot. If you had time, you could definitely hit your halfback on that too. Just throw a post on A. Can we throw that to him? Nope, they come big man blitz again. We'll just take the exact same thing. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Whatever they're giving you, you can take with a play like this. If you get time to try to throw deep, great. We got a little more time, so we were able to let that Texas route actually develop, hit him over the middle. Nice, easy chunk gains. I'm telling you, I love that play. That has really gone up my power list. But again, what we're seeing with Delaware is in these normal formations with a lot of more normal plays, we get some wild stuff in here too, with 3 different orbit option plays: Z under, a lead read option, and a play action slide. So already 3 examples of these different formations where a lot of it looks pretty normal, but then they've got their own little Delaware twist. And yes, I did get my Delaware shirt on for this one. We're representing the Blue Hens. They had a heck of a season in real life too, just by the way, if you weren't paying attention to Delaware this year. They did actually make a bowl game because I think not enough teams were 6-6. Not enough teams were bowl eligible, so they got in there. Because it being their first year in the FBS, technically they shouldn't have been. Now, a play I'm interested in just seeing how this works is halfback slow screen. What does this mean? Is it just a regular screen? I mean, it looks like a pretty normal screen to me. That didn't seem too slow, in my opinion. I could be mistaken on that, but that looks like just a pretty standard, nothing too slow going on there, but it works. So we'll take it. Let's just jump around to a different formation here. I don't want to go through every single one. You certainly could. There's a lot of good stuff in all of them. We can go to one of their trio sets here. Trio halfback weak. They actually don't have a ton. They have a couple trio formations, but I love plays like our Y option here. Hens jet halfback wheel. Why do I love it? Because it has the team's nickname in the name. It's gotta be good. Like we actually see, well, it's the campus tour coming out tomorrow with Memphis. They have like 4 plays that have Tigers in the name. I'm sold on the play immediately. Absolutely immediately. It has to be good if they're putting the team name in here. But their trio halfback week, very solid, just trips, pretty much a trips tight end. You got your verticals, you got your RPOs. I love having these options. I'm not the biggest trips tight end guy, but having it as an option, something we can go to if we notice, hey, I think we can hit some RPOs out here. Something like verticals that drag underneath your tight end is on, very good. B and Y can be very good against man coverages. Just some good things to mix up in here. Now we have a couple more formations that I don't see a ton. I flank or close, we see a little bit, but I do think it has a ton of potential just because they line up a little bit differently, and that can kind of throw the defense off a little bit. So something like a PA drag. We get those sharp corner routes on A and Y, really good against man coverage. You get some decent runs in here. You have an inside zone. You have a sweep going more to the outside. You got a mesh in here. A lot of good classic concepts. Again, this one doesn't really have as much of the funky stuff, but mixed in with some of the funky stuff we see in the other playbooks. Now they're spread Y slot. We got a couple plays with motion coming over from A, but then again, just some of the classics, X follow and Z shallow cross, two beautiful plays. Z shallow cross, we're essentially setting up a mesh with an out route on our halfback and a drag from our outside wide receiver. Nobody sees something like that coming. X follow, we're setting up a mesh with our left slot receiver and our halfback going in. Very similar to what we talked about with the backs cross out of the split. Defenses are going to have a very, very difficult time staying underneath and guarding both of those routes on either X follow or Z shallow cross. Then what you're hoping for with Z shallow cross is they're either going to follow the halfback outside, they're going to bite down on B, and it's going to open up one of your in routes over the middle of the field there. And again, something a little bit different with some return motion on these three, and a return RPO read wide flat. Your RB, your slot receiver on the right, I believe it's your tight end in this formation, is actually going to come across and then go back out and turn it into a read Y flat. Same motion on these three different plays. Y stick, just it's a good mix of different like air raid type plays with just some fun stuff in here, like this cross slot wheel. I do not remember seeing this play anywhere, but we have kind of a switch type thing going over on the left there with a wheel route on Y, a deep post on X, a drag coming from B, a crosser on A, another play we don't have to hot route a dang thing on. It is just a thing of beauty. So in the campus tour coming up with Memphis, I fully talked myself into using Memphis playbook. Going back over this now, it might be Delaware to start next season because I am absolutely loving what we're seeing. Then we get to another kind of unique formation here with a normal flex snug. It's almost like a double stack, but not quite. They are a little bit staggered. But we see a similar kind of switch going on a deep cross between Y and X. We see a good Mills play that can be very good against match coverage. You get some good runs with a quick base in there. Switch seams, kills cover 3, which makes sense, right? They're playing cover 3 and we're sending 4 guys deep. Usually that's going to be a pretty good thing. And this really good little RPO too. So if they're coming out in like a nickel set, they'll have a slot corner and an outside corner on one side, but then on the other side, it'll probably be a linebacker, maybe closer to the box. So we can just snap throw that to one of our RPO options over on the right. So some really, really good stuff in this normal flex snug. Now we do get 3 more versions of trips here. Trips Y slot strong, whip Z post, anything with a built-in whip route on our slot. They don't work as well as they did last year. 100% the whip routes don't, but they still work pretty dang well. Then we have a seam streak coming up on A, and underneath it all, we have that post coming from B. So you're hoping A gets downfield enough to push all the deep zones back, and right underneath them is going to be B, right in a spot vacated thanks to A on that. Then we have an inside zone run, classic little 4 verticals, classic little slot 2 buck, another play I have grown to appreciate. I didn't really call it much, I still don't call it a ton, but when I do enjoy it. PAY cross, another run, another dagger. Now this time we don't have the drag bringing people down, but we do have that little sit route A is on. That could work for a similar purpose. A few different motion, few different weird things in Delaware. Motion wide receiver mid screen. I hate those plays, just speaking from experience. I guess I'm finding I just really don't like screens in general. Just screen plays maybe just are not for me. But overall, this formation certainly is, and this playbook is. Now we get to Trey open. Great screen of plays between these 3. We do have an angle screen, but as you can probably tell from the play art, it is a little funky. Okay. I was hoping I didn't put him in field goal block by accident. Where A is actually trying to come like block a linebacker. We have a lineman pulling into all sorts of weird spots. So there goes our guard. There goes our A coming in to get that linebacker. I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty dang good. It's not as good as, who was it? Was it Alabama last year? There's some playbooks that have it this year, an angle screen that I'm pretty sure doesn't look like this one. Like this one looks pretty weird, pretty bizarre, but it works pretty dang well. Oh, get outside, St. Floor. Get outside, buddy. As we can see, though, against All-American UAB defense at the very least, working pretty nicely. So you really only get the one offensive lineman. It looks like it's your center actually pulling way out left to go block. You get that A receiver coming over the middle of the block. Very interesting, but very effective. And then we have another hens play, hens mills wheel. I love this play against cover 3 match. I'll go ahead and call this one really quick too, just because I feel like we haven't called a whole heck of a lot. So we put them in cover 3 match. As long as our RB receiver is fast enough, this should be a pretty good one play touchdown. We might want to back this up a little bit, but he's going to be matched up one-on-one against that purple zone, whoever that may be. He's going to go on the wheel route. He's going to get right on past him and take that one in for a touchdown against this cover 3 match. Like, that play is just, oh, get big on him, buddy. Get big on him, buddy. I absolutely love this play. I do want to see how it works just against like a regular cover 3, because I don't think it'd be great, but I mean, never hurts to find out. And also against match, we do get X wide open, and that wasn't even against match, even against drop cover 3. X gets wide open over on the right. Like, I love this play. If we wait long enough now, see. So not as good against match. We still can hit that drag. Maybe if we had a little bit more space, we'd be able to hit that wheel in there too. But against match, that play is unbelievable, and X gets even more open against cover 3 match than he does against cover 3. Then you also have shakes, which is another cover 3, pretty much a one play touchdown. That A route, once he gets over the top of the C route over on the left, is going to be wide open because the outside third on the left, I guess, I'll show again. And now I'm getting addicted to just actually running these plays. But we're essentially just have to wait for A to try to get open way on the left here. See, we just don't quite have the time though with an offensive line like Delaware. And what's interesting about this too, well, at least what I find interesting, is we can't put A on a post. This actually does not work. They are going to stick on this post like glue, and we are not going to be able to throw this. We can try. We can certainly try our best. Oh, okay. Well, that'll work. But if you don't want to throw one quite as sketchy as that, just try to buy just enough time. Let A clear all the way over here, and then hopefully your quarterback can pass lead that a little bit more towards that left sideline, and you'll be able to actually just get that wide open. If we get a little bit more time even here, which of course we do not, he does get more open, and I think it works a little bit further back. It works a little bit better because we were working against the back line at that end zone. But Shake's very, very good against cover 3. Why sail? Like this Trey open, I love another mid-screen. Throwing that out there. Trail shake, PA read, stick, some good runs in here, read options, inside zone. So this Trey open is a big selling point for me on this Delaware playbook. Mainly these 3 right here, because the halfback base is always going to be a good run. Mix in some of that Hens Mills wheel and that angle screen with a little bit of what else they got here in Trey open. Can be a dynamic, high-powered formation for you. Then our last trips is going to be a trips Y slot weak, so our halfback's actually going to be on the other side here. Against match, I do prefer to have 3, something like trips Y slot strong. This makes it a little bit easier to overload match on a certain side, but against drop coverages and anything else, we like trips Y slot weak. Triple slant, insane play. Like, not, I don't mean that in a good way like I say about some plays. I don't know who in their right mind would call triple slant. More power to you if that's you though. Quick rubber turn, very, very good goal line play. I'm just ending up calling so many different plays now. But this route B is almost always open at some point. It's just finding what that point is. Man, you want to wait a little bit more because he's going to get open later in the play. Zone, he's going to be open pretty dang early. So there's man, and then there's the rub. You can get it. There's the rub. That eventually they are just going to kind of bump into each other there a little bit, and it just leaves B wide open. So that was man the last 2 times. It was zone the first time. Either way, it has been wide open every single time. Here comes the man blitz. Again, we just wait a little bit. Bad ball by our quarterback, but it doesn't matter for Wilson. Try to pass lead those like down and away when they're sticking to them in man like that, and you should be able to catch them most times. So they're back in zone. We saw that a little too late, but we still got a free 5 yards on it. So that route B is on. You can essentially just close your eyes and throw it. It just depends when you're actually going to throw it. You got a good deep flood there. Very good against any sort of drop zone coverage. Not great against match, but any other zone they might be in, very, very good. Then we do have an empty in here as well. Again, not my favorite type of empty. I do prefer the empties that have a tight end attached so we can actually block, but they have one of my favorite plays I've seen out of any empty formation, and that is this mesh Y post. I want to show you guys. I called the wrong play. I'm going to show you. All goes, of course, a good go-to as well. But I do want to show this motion mesh Y post, specifically against match coverages. So I'll put them in cover 3 match, then we'll put them in cover 4 match. And this play is just a match's worst nightmare. Like, we are going to get wide open people all over the field. X, A, B. Your offensive line holding up is a whole different thing, but everybody leaves the middle and it leaves your tight end absolutely wide open. Then you can throw to A, you can throw to B. I wouldn't recommend using Delaware. I don't remember if I've said that yet, but I would not recommend using the Delaware hens. But I would recommend their playbook. I just love this play. Yeah, so look at B, wide open. Look at A, wide open. Just take your pick. X gets wide open in the right flat. You got all sorts of things open against this cover 3 match, against cover 4 match. We're still going to have people wide open because this is just a nasty, nasty play. So we'll go ahead and just run this against a little cover 4 match. We have A, just, you do have to throw it a little bit quicker because he gets picked up by one of the deep safeties. But right off the snap, nobody's going to be on A. You can quick throw this to one of your drags. You've got options. I think you can quick throw that to Y. Yeah, you sure can. X, right when he gets to about midfield, you can throw that. The wheel route, we can just snap throw because it's a deep quarter that's responsible for guarding him on this. So we can just snap, throw it right out to Y, take easy yards that way. Like, I love this play. Like, it takes, if I can find one like true money play in a playbook, I'm guaranteed to actually run it in a game. That's how we ended up in South Carolina. I was planning to go to Rutgers after we were in the Marshall offense, but we found that empty bunch of South Carolina. Like, I mean, we have to actually get into games and try this out. That's how I'm feeling about this play in the Delaware playbook. I don't know what you do to guard it. Like, what is guarding every single route on this? That's my question for you. Maybe we will try it against a couple different coverages just to test my theory out here a little bit. Because maybe, honestly, a cover 2. A cover 2 might do okay. We should be able to throw either X or B on this, kind of underneath the hooks. But other than that, I don't think we'll be able to throw to Y. Oh, we actually probably could. All right, big man. All right, big man. So we're still going to have our drags underneath. If they want to come out in like shade underneath, so they have 5-yard hooks on, guess what that's going to leave open? Our tight end is going to get wide open on that. So cover 2 was my first thought. I don't know what you call to try to stop that play. Motion mesh Y post from gun empty trio. Absolute money. Then we mix in some of the other things like the double pivot in here and the shallow cross. I love that 1-2 combo because the plays really are just about the same. The only difference is Y and A. On shallow cross, they're actually running a mesh, they're dragging, going across the field. Double pivot, it's going to look like that for the first split second before they take that actually back outside on some whip routes. So this empty, I think, looks very, very good. And of course, we got some more weird orbit motion because it wouldn't be Delaware without some weird stuff in there. And we do have a quarterback draw. I would rather have a quarterback power. I do think those runs work a little bit better, or a quarterback blast. But at least we do have a threat of running with our quarterback. They have the jet, and you have the jet power read. With a jet sweep, we can mix in there the play action jet sweep. But our money play would definitely be mesh Y post in here, mix in some all go, double pivot, shallow cross, strong flood, hitch corners. With some quarterback runs, and then the RPO orbit quarterback draw screen, orbit mid screen, orbit drives, all sorts of different fun motion things we can do in this Delaware empty formation. I love this playbook. And I didn't even talk about this. Pistol, full house, strong over. We've got one receiver out wide to the right. We've got one tight end on the line. We've got a fullback, another tight end kind of in front of the quarterback, and our halfback all in the backfield. Power O, duo, stretch, a few actually pretty decent looking pass plays, some read options in here. Like the stretch wheel and the PA boot, I think look pretty solid, slant flat. But like, look at how intimidating this formation is. We got the tight end. We got 2 guys right here. We're just going to power ball this. Just like it's the lottery, we're going to powerball you. Just run it right at you. Down by the goal line? Absolutely. What I would love that they had in here, which they don't, is a triple option. That's why I love so much about just the regular like pistol full house. I do think it's one of the best triple options in the entire game is from pistol full house. And we don't have that, but we do have a couple read options. We have some pistol U off trips. Never been a big U off trips guy, but I do like the looks of boot over. We have another hens play, PA hens wheel shot. I hate the looks of that, but it's got hens in it, so it must be okay. Tight end cross, some more runs, PA boot. You got RPO alert to your tight end, a halfback stretch. You got some trips over. So honestly, their pistol, it's not, we only have the four formations in here, but they look really, really good. Play action dagger, put like a Texas route on your halfback as long as he's going from the left to the right. You're looking great there. Halfback zone, a pin pull sweep, a wide zone. Like, my goodness, I am loving this Delaware book. And we have pistol bunch. Now, their version, let's see, we do have Seattle, which is fine. We'd prefer flank or drive. Beautiful. And if we have corner strike, we're in. I'm 100% in. I was already considering for trying out Delaware. Now that we're in here, I see corner strike, I see flanker drive in their pistol bunch on top of everything we went over in their shotgun stuff. I mean, my goodness. I love this Delaware playbook. I do. And this is what I love so much about doing that campus tour series. We would never look at a playbook like Delaware's if I didn't give myself the challenge of going and get a win with every single team in the game. And boy, am I glad I did, because we could have missed out on this beautiful, beautiful Delaware Blue Hens playbook. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. This will wrap this episode all up. We'll be back next week with another playbook. And between then, we will have more campus tours, at least for the next few weeks. We're actually getting down to the home stretch now. We've only got about 20 something left to go at this point, where then we'll just go back and reuse some of my favorite teams. And we do whole seasons with tier 5 teams, tier 4, try to win a national title with each tier of teams, something like that. We'll find some things to do, maybe a little Madden, maybe go from a campus tour to a stadium tour and try to get a win with every team in regs in Madden 26. I don't know. That's for weeks from now. We've got nothing but time to figure that out. So I will see you guys next time. Let me stop rambling. I gotta watch the end of this Ole Miss Miami game. It looks like quite a game going on. Let me stop rambling. Let me get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.